Calls are growing to fully eliminate the federal Department of Education, which critics say has wasted billions, pushed political agendas into the classrooms, and failed America's students for decades. The Trump administration argues it's past time to return control to states, local communities, and parents. Joining us now to discuss is Erika, chair of Education Opportunity at the America First Policy Institute and founder and chairman of Optima Ed. Good morning and welcome back.
Good morning.
You've long argued, Erika, the Department of Education is ineffective and even harmful, and obviously spending has increased, but student performance has not. So talk about the epic failure from the top and why we're seeing it now.
Well, let's look at the evidence. The Department of Education was created to increase academic performance. That has not happened. Only 1 in 3 of our students are proficient in reading and math. It was supposed to increase equality in education across the country, and we're seeing bigger achievement gaps and bigger disparities. On the student loan front, perhaps help people to access college. Instead, it has fueled the largest college cost inflation that has made college even more inaccessible and given mountains of debt to our students across the country. With $1 trillion in spending over the last 40 years, it has been an abysmal failure, and it's absolutely time to end it.
Yeah, and also, too, I want to talk about the fact that the federal government provides only 7% of K through 12 funding, yet it imposes mandates and regulations that you say stifle innovation and local control. In fact, I was just reading here, we now have more than 48,000 state employees working in education agencies just to help comply with federal rules. So forget the federal bureaucracy. What about the shadow bureaucracies on the state level? I mean, that's 10 times the number at the federal level when you're just looking at those numbers of state employees working in education.
Yeah, and this is costing taxpayers about 47 cents on the dollar for the money that they are getting from the federal government. That money should be used on the services that students are receiving. If you think about it, to your point, not only at the state level, but in every school, there has to be someone checking these boxes, filing paperwork back to the district. Someone at the district has to do the same up to the state, at the state level, then to the federal government. President Trump and Linda McMahon are saying, let's get rid of at least one layer of this bureaucracy, and hopefully the states will carry those efficiencies that they receive down to their school districts.
And they'll get rid of a lot of waste. You shared that, you ran for school board because decisions impacting your own children were being made by bureaucrats in Washington who didn't know your family or the community with this sort of one-size-fits-all approach. How has your own experience shaped your passion for reforming the system, and what do you want every parent to know?
As a parent, I would have never thought to ask the federal government to solve the problems that were happening in my child's classroom. And polling is telling us that over half of parents across the country do not trust the federal government with education decisions. In fact, they want to see those decisions in the hands of parents and state governments. That's exactly what President Trump and Linda McMahon are working to do. They do need the cooperation of Congress to make it permanent so that another president can't come in and take that power back into the Department of Education. But they are doing everything they can administratively to push that power down to the states, where state elected officials can be held accountable for the performance or non-performance of their schools.
And you've been a strong advocate for school choice and those education savings accounts. What would a parent-centered education system look like, and how would it expand real options for families?
Ultimately, the goal is that every single parent has the ability to direct the funding that goes along with their child. Perhaps it's an application that they go on their phone and they say, this is the amount of money that my child should receive, federal, state, local, and this is the school that I want that to go to, or a combination of programs and services. Maybe it's homeschool, online, maybe it's a tutoring service, but that every parent would have the information and the funding that they need to direct those dollars in a way that they see fit for the education of their children. They're the ones who know their children the best and love them the most.
Yep. And it's, again, not this one-size-fits-all approach. What makes President Trump uniquely positioned to get this done, and what are the biggest obstacles the administration needs to overcome?
Well, President Trump is the promises made, promises kept president. president. He has shown us that time and again, and he made this promise on the campaign trail. It has been one of his number one issues when it comes to education. And not only did he put an executive order forth, but he put someone in place, Secretary McMahon, who knows how to get this job done. Now, again, they have created these internal agency agreements to allow for some of the services that will remain to go to other agencies in the federal government, but it's now up to Congress to make these changes permanent and get rid of the Department of Education once and for all.
Erika Donald's chair of Education Opportunity at the American First Policy Institute and founder and chairman of Optima Ed. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.